Right, even though I still don't really feel like it. Afternoon world, and welcome to Wednesday, 15th of October. Don't worry, I am better than I was. There's no more or that's all finished with. It's just I don't know. I feel like I've been punched all around here, just sort of all my diaphragms all bruised. And it didn't help this morning when I was up on the roof with Dave, poor old Dave. He's up on the roof and we're just finishing off the boarding up there. We had to cut some angles on some boards and I was holding the board and then I dropped the board and cracked him right across the shin, and I'm on my knees wheezing because I can't breathe. I'm really genuinely sorry that I've hurt him. He's there hopping around and uttering language, and I'm wheezing, and the pain under my ribs. And all he could say was things along the lines, serves you bloody well right for dropping that on my shin, you not very nice person. Yeah, took me ages to get over that. It really hurt. Anyway, we didn't get that far today. We were hoping to get the last of the block work up today. So this morning it was just a case of readjust the scaffolding because we've finished our bit up on the roof. We've got the roofing man coming Saturday. Yeah, the roofing man is coming Saturday to put the finished coating, I can't remember what it's called. I think he's going to be here Saturday and Sunday actually doing that. I don't think it's a 2-minute job, but this special coating is like a fabric lined UPVC or PVC or I don't know. I don't know if he's going to want to be on video because, well, for a few reasons. He can't get told off for it really because he's the boss. But I don't know if he's got. If he does, he will, and if he doesn't, he won't. But we'll see. Anyway, I'll show you the finished result when it's done. But yeah, so we've got the last of the blocks filled in at the front there. We were intending to do the sides today, but Dave had realised his car was like a couple of days away from running out of MOT, and he rang up his guy, and the guy said, actually, I've got a cancellation if you want to bring it now. So Dave's ducked off to do that, so that's fine. We've only got literally a course of blocks to do that side, a course of blocks to do the other side, and then we are ready for the roofing man. In fact, the roofing man could still do the roof even though we haven't done the blocks. So we've been in touch with the plasterer. He's hopefully coming out this afternoon to have a measure up and just see the scope of what he's doing inside and out. The windows are organised. We're having all aluminium. We went with all aluminium, no UPVC. And there is a cost to doing it in aluminium and not PVC. I mean, what we did on the granny flat, that's a mixture of aluminium and PVC. But on this one, we said we would do a good job of this. That's what Dad wanted. That's what we said we'll do. So yeah. So anyway, I'm wearing some of that because I also wanted to go with the upgrade. So I think we're going to kind of share the cost on that a bit. Anyway, that's that. In other news, Sven, it's not, so I shouldn't call him Sven, our Blix mower, our poor Blix mower, which was sent to us by, look at him, he's covered in dust. Dave has covered him in brick dust. I'm going to have to clean him. He's sat there patiently waiting to go out. Sphereburger's going to go mad at me. They sent me this thing to try and test, and I've covered it in caca. But I will say, even though it got covered in cant, it's still doing the job. I mean, we're not cutting this tight, and Sven has only done 3 cuts in the last couple of days. We've only just started using them again because we had some issues with the lawn. One of the issues was we've had a bit of sinkage where we've had quite heavy vehicles driving across. Dave's been driving on my lawn. So I don't know what they're complaining about over there. It's all dug up over there, and over here we had a bit of a problem in the dry weather with shrinkage. When I say shrinkage, I mean cavernous cracks in my lawn. So that wasn't Sven, that was me, okay? That wasn't the Blix, that was me. I've gone over it again. So I've been filling these up because some of these cracks were like that wide and that deep. And the poor little mower was just getting stuck in there. He kept sending me a text message, help, I'm stuck. So we've not been able to cut the whole lawn. In fact, the only bit the Blix mower could have done in the last couple of months, if it hadn't been so, well, this was brown, was the middle bit, because everything else was just cracked. So I've been unable to give the Blix mower a decent review. All I can say is, every time I've asked it to come out and cut the grass, apart from the few times when it's literally got stuck down one of these holes, it's done the job. If you do it at night, it's like a little space alien going around your garden. It's quite a thing, actually. It'd be one of those things, if you have one of these things and your neighbour's going to think you're being abducted by aliens, it's, you know, yeah, it's quite a thing, you know. We will come back to the Blix mower. I will do some review on it. I will do some footage on it because I promised them I would. They've given me this mower in good faith. I've got to return a favour. So we will be doing something with them, but I don't think we're going to get a lot done this year. Other than the fact that everything I've asked it to do, apart from the great big holes in my lawn, it said, all right, Ian, I'll crack on and do it for you. And it has. Right, I had another hole to fill in. I've been doing holes and I realised I'd missed one. And I think it was up here somewhere. There it is. This is the problem. Stuff like this. You know, he gets one of his little guide wheels stuck in there. Sends me a text message. Help, I'm stuck. Let's fill that in, shall we? Actually, before we do that, I forgot I had that on. Yeah, I'm not feeling very devilish today. But yeah, somebody sent me this. I can't remember who it was, but thank you, because it does raise a few titters, you know. Let's just shut that. So I had to open that gate to come in with a mower when I cut that bit earlier. Oh yeah, I got my TB date through as well. 27th this month. So sometime in the next week, 10 days, I've got to go and bring the cows back. Here you are, you lot. Have some of that. You like a bit of that, didn't you? You better get it for the cattle do. Somebody has like one running up from right down the bottom down there. It's like he's only just noticed that everybody else has come for the gate. Where do they all go? Run! Woo 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 woo. Been a while since you've had this, isn't it? Some of them love it, and some of them really couldn't be bothered. Hello, boys and girls. Once they get a taste of a bit of bread, mind, they really, really get a taste for it. They'll fight the geese for it then, won't you? Mmm, yum, yum. I'm only going to want a couple of shovelfuls, not a lot, until I find the next crack, and then I want a couple more. Nothing too lumpy. A bit of turf will do as well. That should be enough. It's nice to be back out doing some stuff actually. The last 2 days I've done very little. I've just, well, first day I couldn't, and yesterday I didn't feel like it. So today I still don't really feel like it, but I also feel better for doing it. Yeah, that makes sense. Another one there. Yeah. Another one there. Oh. You hole, yeah, your hole. Right, you can go back in the hole, in the ground hole as well. There you go. I feel like I've been doing this all summer, filling in holes. I mean, hopefully they'll start to close up again now. We've had a bit wet, but yeah, of course, it doesn't help when I fill them in, and the dogs think it's funny to dig them out again. That doesn't help at all. I think that's it. That's it. Until I find another one. Right, I've done that bit. I think I've got another job I want to do, and you know what? You can't really have a day without a bit of skid steer action, can you? So I got a job for the Mustang. We finished shredding the day. Emma finished off the last little bit of screening day before yesterday. I wasn't very well, so she finished it off for me. So, and then since then, the guys have been bringing more green waste in. So our pile is already starting to build. In fact, the pile of new stuff is already bigger than the pile of the stuff I screened out from the last pile that I did. So we're gonna have a little bit of a tidy up in the yard here. I'm going to mix that in with that, and then when I shred that, it'll all go back in and through together, and then I'm going to keep that up over there somewhere neat and tidy, because it's just taking up too much space. So yeah, for those of you that enjoy a bit of Mustang action, here it comes. Going to scratch the top off, looking for any stones or lumps of concrete or anything nasty like that, because they do occasionally find their way in here. Now's the best time to find it. Brick down there, let's press him in the ground. He's down there. but he can stay there. Thought I heard something hard then. There it is. Another bit of brick. Down there. That's an old brick, that ain't gonna do any harm. That's okay. I did see that though. Don't really want that in there. It's small enough to go through, but better not to go through at all. Anything in there? No, that's all right. Okay, let's push our wood shredded heap up into shredding again. To some folks, even other composting facilities, this may seem like a long drawn out way of doing this and not that efficient, but to be honest, the bit of extra income we get from the green waste, so obviously we bring green waste in from our own work, which the customer pays for us to get rid of. We take green waste from a few chosen contractors. We're very, very picky about who we allow to tip here, so there's one or two less than there was a year or so back because they tried to tip stuff that I told them not to. They don't come anymore. But yeah, it's not a lot of income for the year for the farm, but it's probably another 1,500 quid a year in coming in after expenses. So is it worth it? Yeah. And if I sell, that's just on the incoming side. If I sell that compost over there, there's probably, what's that, 3 months worth of stuff over there. There's probably I don't know, 400 quid sat over there. So it's the way I do it. I'm very choosy with who brings it in. Could I make more at it? Absolutely, I could. I mean, you could actually make a complete business out of this. There are plenty of people who want to get rid of green waste. Nobody wants to pay for it, and a lot of the big companies have like just a set rate. It's like 80 quid to tip, no matter what size, up to 3.5 ton truck, whereas we charge by the cube, and a lot of that's done on trust. So up to now we've been charging £12 a cubic metre, so basically that's the equivalent of, if you could fit it in a dumpy bag, that's 12 quid to get rid of it. So, and we'll say that an average transit van flatbed would hold six dumpy bags. So somebody comes in with a full transit load, It's like 70 quid. So, and it all goes in the farm pot. So it's just, you know, another way. Diversification keeps us going. Breakdown's a bit of a problem because it is a fairly fine shoestring budget on this. The shredder didn't cost us a fortune. We bought it second hand. It wasn't that expensive. We are considering upgrading our shredder, actually to a slightly smaller one, to be honest. The Zago's great, does a good job, but takes up a lot of space, and I'm running out of room. Not only that, it's a bit too big for my tractor to tow on the road, so I can't take it anywhere. So we're considering a slightly smaller one that is a bit better behind the 100 horsepower tractor. So our Zago is a 15 cubic meter machine. So we're actually looking at a 9 cubic meter machine. So, you know, 25–30% smaller, that I'd be happy to take on the road. Means I can shred for somebody else then. We'll see. Do I really want to get involved in that? I don't know. But it's, with everything else that's going on in the world, anything you can do, excuse me, to earn that extra pound, to keep the bank manager or the bailiff away from the door, and that's what you got to do. So yeah, so there you are. So we don't do shredding just for fun. There is an income from it. It's not great, but you add it to everything else. You add it to a bit of pest control, you add it to the tree company, you add it to YouTube. That's how we afford to live here. So, because the farm by itself can't do it. Much a Zago load there now, actually. Now I've cleaned it all out, I might just I don't know, we're going to be putting the hedge trimmer on soon, so maybe just before we do that we'll put the shredder back on and just get through this pile and start again. So we also want to shift load that. So Mrs. P says I should sell it and get the money out of it, but I think I'm just as keen to get it over to the farm and get it on in the spring before we plough for next year's barley. I don't know. We'll see. Right. That's that one done. Let's push this up then. This is going to like being stirred up as well. Get some air in it again. Where did that big stick come from? What's that? Look at that. That's Fox, that is. Fox has buried a pigeon. He's been cooking his pigeon in my compost heap. Cheeky bunky. Oh well. Pigeon doesn't know much about it, do it? He's going to come out looking for that. Where's my dinner? I buried it again, mate. That's warm, that is. Let's have that stick out of there, shall we? That's being a nuisance, that is. Get over there. It's getting very steamy in here. Happy, some good stuff. Good bit of soil conditioner, that is. Good and hot, that is. Stirring it up like that a few times kind of pasteurises the heap. That gets to sort of between 60 and 70 degrees centigrade in there. Like, it would burn you. You wouldn't be able to stay in it. It would cook you. We have actually, not in compost, but in the wood chip heap, and you could try this if you ever have wood chip. If you've got a nice steamy pile on the wood chip heap, just get a baked potato, wrap it in a bit of tin foil and stick it in the wood chip heap in the morning, and come tea time, that's cooked. That's, you know, baked potato for tea, for free. I know my missus, when I tell her I've done this, she's going, Abby, that's it then, stick it on Book of Face. You can sell that, make some money. Yes, dear. Okay, dear. Can't I take it down the farm, check on the land? No, no, no. We need the money. All right, dear. So yeah, you follow my Facebook page, I bet, and it won't be because I wanted to put it on there, I'll bet it's, put it on Facebook. We sell quite a lot of stuff through Facebook. When I've got it. Gotta go somewhere, innit, I suppose. Pay for the fuel, wouldn't it? Let's have that out of there, shall we? Get out. That's better. Right, put this thing to bed. We'll want it again tomorrow, put some blocks up on that roof. Right, that's it for today's video. I'm afraid it's been a bit short, a bit not much really involved in it, mainly because I haven't felt like doing a lot. I am feeling a lot better today, and I'm hoping I'm going to feel even better tomorrow. I'll see you then.